Empire Pro Wrestling's version of Legends of Professional Wrestling, and this week we got a great array of professional wrestling. Oh yeah, it's the big one. It's the last of the Legend series, our first show of the new year 2015. I'm the Boston Bad Boy, bringing it to you directly from your source of community cable. That's right here in Revere. Revere TV, that's right, with all the great bells and whistles. We got it all right here. This week we got an unbelievable show. The best of Bob Backlund, that's right. He was more like the Kurt Angle of the 80s, if you will, with Bob Backlund coming out of Princeton, Minnesota, AAU wrestling champion, and he was one of the greatest wrestling champions of all time in the WWF. That's right, the Tri-WF. He wrestled all the great names. If it wasn't Fuji, if it wasn't all those great names like Ken Patera, Spiros Arion, all the names go on and on that Bob Backlund wrestled. He had some great matches with Ivan Koloff, Superstar Billy Graham. Oh yeah, all those great matches with Superstar Billy Graham, the feud went from Providence Civic Center into Boston, back to Boston in a steel cage. But you're going to see him this week right here on Legends of Professional Wrestling with who? Rocky Raymond, the Boston Bad Boy. And just to give you a little rundown on the championship, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation at that time, as we know, Bruno Sammartino held that title for so many, many years, lost it in 1971 to Ivan Koloff. Ivan Koloff lost that coveted title to Pedro Morales. Pedro Morales lost that championship match in Philadelphia to Stan the Man Stasiak, the man with the hot punch. Oh yeah, he had the hot punch. He'd put it up over there, cut off the air window in your heart, smash you in the heart, and he was managed by the Grand Wizard, Stan the Man Stasiak. Then back came Bruno Sammartino for another reign as champion, and he beat Stan Stasiak. Then Stan Stasiak, oh yeah, he was beat by Bruno, and then Bruno, of course, was beat by Superstar Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham was then beat by Bob Backlund, and a lot of you people don't know, but Bob Backlund was defeated in Japan by Antonio Inoki, which wasn't recognized in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation because it wasn't all that cable TV and all these satellites coming back and forth from Japan. But Bob Backlund did lose that title for a short period of time to Antonio Inoki, but then he came back, beat Antonio Inoki again, and then of course we know Bob Backlund was beat by the Iron Sheik. Sheik, zoom in cameraman. As the Sheik would say, he was one of the most phenomenal Olympic star wrestlers of all time, the Iron Sheik. He was known as the man that was the bodyguard of the Ayatollah, and he was the man that beat Bob Backlund, and then you know who beat the Iron Sheik, which goes into the entertainment, if you will. And I don't cover entertainment. I want to know about legends. I want to know about all the great wrestling champions. And you're going to see this week, you're going to see in one of the greatest matches of all time in Boston Garden, Bob Backlund. He wrestled them all. You're going to see him against Pat Patterson. You're going to see him against Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, in a triple threat main event match. 3 times they came back till finally they went into a Texas death match. Then you're going to see Bob Backlund, and you're going to see him against some great wrestlers. As you know, my favorite match that Bob Backlund had, of course, was that big feud with Superstar Billy Graham. They came back again. And they wrestled from Providence, as I mentioned, the Civic Center. Then they came back to Boston, and they had a return match in Boston. And then they had the steel cage match in Boston, which you are going to see right here on Legends of Professional Wrestling. Now, Bob Backlund, he was a great wrestler. And he was an amateur-style wrestler. He was more like Kurt Angle, if you will, than the modern-day Kurt Angle. And he was out of Princeton, Minnesota. He was out of the Vern Gagne camp. And he was a very clean-cut wrestler. Vince McMahon Sr. picked him to be the champion because they wanted a clean-cut all-American boy. They wanted someone to represent the Worldwide Wrestling Federation with, you know, the greatest of the amateur wrestlers, which Bob Backlund was a great amateur wrestler, but he could brawl too. Oh yeah, you get him up and you get him a little mad, he could go the fisticuffs too. So let's go to the part of the program with some of the photos of Bob Backlund, and we're going to get going on it right now with Bob Backlund. And then you can see Bob Backlund in one of his first early pictures, as you can see him. He was defending that title, as he always did. He defended that title with 110% with his manager, Arnold Skolin. And one thing, if you want an autograph from Bob Backlund, you'd have to know all the names of the presidents, or he wouldn't sign an autograph. And there's another picture of Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund, out of California. You can see he was in the program, WWF. That's when the Worldwide Wrestling Federation would exchange talent back and forth from California, whether it be LA or whether it be in different areas of the country that the wrestlers would go to. And you can see up in the corner, Andre the Giant there, and also the Wild Bull of the Argentines, Pampero Firpo. And then you can see on the bottom the little TV guide they used to give you this week when wrestling would be on, and that was out of the Olympic Auditorium, I believe. And Mike LaBelle ran that territory, and those territories are no longer around, unfortunately. Here's another one we talked about with Superstar Billy Graham in one of the local programs. I believe it was Boston Garden, because Superstar Billy Graham in the bottom picture there has that that ultimate bear hug on Bob Backlund, and you're going to see they were one of the heavy feuds that Bob Backlund had, and Superstar Billy Graham was one of the main men that Bob Backlund had most of his trouble with in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. And here's another cover of the program. As you can see, Superstar Billy Graham, excellent physique. As you can see, Superstar Billy Graham had that championship on his waist, and Bob Backlund, being the young AAU champion coming out of Princeton, Minnesota, wrestling all the great names down in the AWA, then coming up here to the WWF. And he had a great reign as champion. He wrestled them all. Like I said, he started with Fuji. He did Patera. He wrestled all the great names, Spiros Arion, the Masked Superstar, I believe. Anyone that was a contender in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation at that particular time, being the 80s, got to wrestle an all-American boy, Bob Backlund. And then you see right here in the Test of Strength, with Superstar Billy Graham, and you can see in the bottom picture, I believe, Alice Golden holding up the hands of Bob Backlund, being that he was victorious over the Superstar Billy Graham. And here's another shot, Superstar Billy Graham versus Bob Backlund, the return match for the Worldwide Wrestling Federation title match. And who has it? Rocky Raymond, the Boston Bad Boy. I got all the footage. That's right. I got it all. Short and tall, whether you go thick and thin, I got it. That's right. I got all the great matches of professional wrestling. So if you want to see all the great stuff from the Boston Garden, tune in every week. Wednesday night, keep it tight, keep it right, from 8 to 9, 9 to 10. Do it all over again on Saturday. Lupus and Dupus on Saturday. Get a nice little breakfast going, and get down, sit down, and watch the Legends of Professional Wrestling, because we have it on as well in Saugus, Massachusetts. That's right, we're on Saturday mornings from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, also in Saugus. So if you got any friends in Saugus, tell them to watch the Legends of Professional Wrestling. If you got friends in Saugus that know you in Revere, come on and watch it on Wednesday night. That's right, we got all the great Legends of Professional Wrestling. This is professional wrestling. This is a profession. This is not the entertainment background. All right, we're going to go to the part of that program right now. We got a great week here. We got a great array of professional wrestling matches. We're going to cut down on the talking, and we're going to do a little walking. We're going to walk you back to the Boston Garden, to all the great matches, the great Mac Classics from the Boston Garden. And this week, it's Bob Backlund on the Legends of Professional Wrestling. We're coming tight with this one. Here's the big one, Bob Backlund, the American Pie, Providence Civic Center. Superstar Billy Graham against Bob Backlund. And look who the announcer is, Cookie. How many people remember Cookie? Oh yeah, he filled in once in a while. No cane in the ring tonight, no chicanery. There's the bell. Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund. This should prove to be an unbelievable Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship match. As you well know, Bob Backlund, the AAU champion from Princeton, Minnesota, and Superstar off the rope with a couple of shoulder tackles. Backlund with a victory roll. Mario Savoli now back in the ring now, and Superstar Billy Graham with a snapmare. And it looks like he's off those ropes again now, and it's Bob Backlund. Shoulder tackle by the Superstar. Big scoop now. Big scoop. What'll Backlund do? Fall back now for a 2 count. Unbelievable action. This is the beginning of the feud between Bob Backlund and Superstar Billy Graham.
into a test of strength. Look at the size of the arms on superstar Billy Graham. As he forces Bob Backlund down to both knees at superstar Billy Graham, he loved to use the test of strength. Look at the ability and agility of this man, the size, as he crisscrosses the arms of Bob Backlund. This man got more color than a box of crayons. That's right, it's superstar Billy Graham with the charisma, the ring presence. And superstar puts a big boot to the midsection of Bob Backlund. He's coming up now from the test of strength. It's the Princeton, Minnesota superstar, Bob Backlund, against the Arizona superstar, Billy Graham. They're going into a little crisscross. Bob Backlund comes up with an arm bar on superstar Billy Graham with those colorful tie-dye tights. It's the superstar now as he's getting his arm wrenched. Irish whip into the corner now. Bob Backlund running in. Oh, nobody home. This could be the way he pinned Bruno for the title with the leg on the ropes. That's the same way he beat Bruno. But the referee won't have it. Victory roll now. Reverse sunset flip. Bob Backlund gets a 2 count, and superstar comes up with the full Nelson on Bob Backlund, going in for a switch. Back into the full Nelson. It's Bob Backlund. You're going to see a lot of amateur wrestling moves by Bob Backlund, one of the greatest amateur wrestlers of all time. Side headlock on Bob Backlund by superstar Billy Graham. This action is fast and furious. Backlund now using the tape that was used on him by the superstar. One of the most favorite moves. He shoots him into the corner now. Bob Backlund and superstar Billy Graham right here in Providence. Back and forth now into the superstar bear hug. Look at the size of the arms on superstar. Unbelievable. As he clamps down on Bob Backlund, putting the pressure on the lower lumbar, the referee Mario Savoli looks on for the timekeeper bell. This is a Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship match here in the Providence Civic Center. Unbelievable. Not too many people got this footage. There was no video cameras back in the day. It was the cam. It was the Rocky Raymond cam taking this footage. 8mm. That's right. Converted over now. As you can see, Bob Backlund cinching up on a bear hug of his own, and Mario Savoli just waiting to ring that bell. Oh, he poked him in the eye now. And a right hand to the jaw. And a scoop slam by Backlund. Going in for the abdominal stretch now, too close to the ropes. He shoots him in again now. Oh, he locked it in this time. Abdominal stretch on the superstar. Superstar Billy Graham now. Hip toss. Watch out, referee. Almost got caught. Oh, a shoulder tackle by Bob Backlund. And he's shooting him off the ropes again. Another shoulder tackle now. And superstar all over the place. Oh, he shoots him through that middle rope. Bob Backlund. Oh, and that steel corner post. That's going to be a troublesome move. That's going to cause a problem for Bob Backlund. Back in the ring now is Bob Backlund, superstar Billy Graham. Big, heavy right hand below to the top of the head now. And Bob Backlund looks to be bleeding, lacerated. That steel pole did not help this match at all. And they're going back and forth now. Lefts and rights. What a Donnybrook now. He hit him with that boot to the head. Looks like Backlund's going crazy now. Unbelievable fisticuffs here, back and forth. Someone's got to step in here. Backlund down. Superstar back and forth again. Mario trying to control this mayhem. Yeah, they're ringing the bell. They're going to call this a no contest here. Bob Backlund, bloody mess. And superstar Billy Graham, they're stopping the match due to the blood on Bob Backlund's face. As you can see, a bloody Bob Backlund, the manager, the golden boy, Arnold Skolin. That's right, the golden boy, Arnold Skolin with Bob Backlund. And superstar wants that belt back, but to no avail. Losing that belt to Bob Backlund. Here in Providence, this is number 1. We're going to see 2 and 3, so they're coming right at you momentarily on the Great Mat Classics. And Bob Backlund gives him one for the money. One for the road in the back of the head with a big boot. That's Bob Backlund trying to get the crowd behind him with that Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship. And his manager, the golden boy, Arnie Skolin. And we're coming back with another one. We're going back to Boston momentarily, so if you're going to run to the kitchen and get something, go get it now because the Mat Classics are coming right back at you. Here we go, it's superstar Billy Graham. Oh yeah, the most colorful man in all of pro wrestling. July 15, 1978, Boston Garden. Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund. Number 2, that's right, they're taking it back from Providence, back to Boston. Oh yeah, it's the big feud that went all around the Northeast. Superstar Billy Graham wearing that title back. being beat by Bob Backlund. And coming into the ring now from Princeton, Minnesota, with his manager, the Golden Boy, Arnold Skaaland, it's Bob Backlund. There's the bell now for our wrestling action. We're going to the ringside with the voice of the Mad Classics, yours truly, Rocky Raymond. Side headlock into a big right blow to the side of the head, and Superstar cinching up now with the side chancery on the head of Bob Backlund. Looks like a little hair pull now by the Superstar. And he's going to do it again right here at the Boston Garden as Superstar Billy Graham likes to use those illegal tactics now, and Bob Backlund going in for that test of strength now as these two great wrestlers. A wide wrestling federation, better known to most people as professional wrestling, not the wrestling entertainment that you're probably watching on your TV today. This is professional wrestling, as all the great names like Bruno Sammartino, Superstar Billy Graham, Lou Thesz from the NWA, all the great names, Harley Race, Dory Funk. Ric Flair was a great NWA wrestler. Unbelievable here. You may see Ric Flair in the future here in the Boston, but I doubt it. Not at this particular time. Oh no, he was down in the NWA. This was the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and there was only one room for one blonde man, and it was Superstar Billy Graham. That's right. The most colorful man in all of professional wrestling. All the great ring attire, all the ability and agility, all the ring presence, all the things that you don't see anymore. And it's Bob Backlund with a test of strength, but Superstar's leg on the rope, and Backlund coming down with a leg drop on the tricep, and Superstar going in for that reverse headlock with some sort of a blatant chokehold as our referee Mario Savoli trying to break it up now. Bob Backlund down on two knees, right hand to the midsection, and Superstar Billy Graham felt that one. And it's Bob Backlund now, Irish whip off the ropes now, and he's got that rope that a lot of pages of the match. Irish whip now off the ropes again now. It's Bob Backlund with the drop kick, but nobody home as Superstar Billy Graham telegraphed that one. Superstar putting the boots to the back of Bob Backlund, the Princeton, Minnesota Superstar. Oh yeah, did it all in the amateurs now, as well as coming into the professional wrestling profession now, getting thrown outside the ring by the Superstar Billy Graham. Great size and strength. Looks like a great body of Adonis, if you will. Unbelievable arms, shoulders, unbelievable physique, ring presence, as well as charisma inside the ring, as well as outside the ring. If you get a chance to talk to the Superstar, it'll be a great pleasure as he puts him into that Superstar bear hug. Gripping on down on Bob Backlund, and Mario Savoli dying to ring that bell, because Superstar Billy Graham, this is his return match from Providence, made Bob Backlund a bloody mess. Hip toss now by Bob Backlund. And Superstar Billy Graham now trying to compose himself. And he got him in that Superstar bear hug. Powerful, powerful move used by Superstar Billy Graham. And Backlund gets another shot, and Superstar back with that bear hug. He's going to the mine one more time. Most powerful moves that the Superstar would use is the Superstar bear hug and the many, many other strength moves that he would come up with now. And Bob Backlund now, Irish whip off the ropes at Superstar Billy Graham into the abdominal stretch now as Superstar finds himself in a very, very unlucky predicament right here. Mario Savoli looking to ring that bell, and the crowd in Boston here is going wild. They want to see Bob Backlund beat the Superstar. But this is the best of Superstar Billy Graham. And Bob Backlund jumping up on Superstar with the sleeper hold now, trying to weaken the man, cut off the breathing, cut off all the blood to the head, and you're going to sleeper him out now. 2 count. Referee ready to ring the bell now, but Superstar's hanging in tight. He's hanging in tight, and Bob Backlund gets rammed back into the turnbuckle. And Superstar with 2 heavy elbows in the corner. And it's Bob Backlund and Superstar Billy Graham with a reversal. Backlund coming up now with that big move. The big move, the atomic knee drop. If he gets it with this one, it may be over. Superstar Billy Graham on top of Bob Backlund's shoulders. Oh, Superstar grabbing the ropes now as they roll outside the ring. It's Bob Backlund and Superstar Billy Graham over the top rope. Superstar Billy Graham with a big hammer to the side of the head. They're going at it outside. Oh, he rammed him into that wooden barrier now. Bob Backlund's trying to get back in the ring. It's Superstar. I think Superstar may have beat the count. There's the bell. We're going to find out momentarily. And Bob Backlund, to no avail, could not beat the count in the ring. Superstar beat the count. Superstar Billy Graham wins the match, but not the belt. In this return match from Providence, we're coming back at you with number 3. Oh yeah, the Matt Classics are coming wild. Unbelievable actions from the great Matt Classic headquarters. Oh, Superstar threw a chair in the ring. Watch out. Oh, they can play some musical chairs tonight. And we're back at the Boston Garden. It's the big one. It's the big one. August 5th, 1978. The steel cage match. Superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund, number 3. It's going to be all over tonight. There's only one way over the top or through the door. It's either Bob Backlund or Superstar Billy Graham. Our referee, Eddie Santa Maria. There's the bell now as Superstar attacks Backlund before the bell. Barely getting into that door. Oh, into that top turnbuckle now. It's Superstar Billy Graham pouring it on right here early in the match. Ramming his head down into that canvas now. It's Superstar Billy Graham. And he's got the hair of the Princeton, Minnesota amateur-type wrestler coming into the professional wrestling profession now. It's Superstar Billy Graham and Bob Backlund. It's not so easy, professional wrestling. Everyone wants to be a professional wrestler, but it's not that easy. And it's Superstar Billy Graham now finding himself, into the end of the feud. It's going to end tonight. Whip into that corner now. You saw that whole cage shake. The whole ring shook. And another Irish whip into the corner now, and it's Bob Backlund. He looks like he's trying to go up over the top now. It looks like he's trying to get over that steel cage. But it's Superstar Billy Graham on that left leg now. It's Bob Backlund getting pulled back down. Unbelievable steel cage. Superstar Billy Graham now going for the door now as Eddie Santa Maria right on that door, ready to open it up for either one of these men. And it's Bob Backlund working on the hamstrings of Superstar Billy Graham. Backlund like a cat trying to get over that top rope, and Superstar with the power pulls him back in. Now it's Bob Backlund, Superstar in the corner, and you can see these two men no love lost for each other. This is number 3. It went to Providence, went to Boston, back to the return match. Now it's a cage match. Now it's Superstar on the top, trying to set him up for that atomic knee drop. Could he have him here? Could Backlund have him? Oh no! That big atomic knee drop. Backlund going for the door now, but to no avail now. Superstar Billy Graham right on him. Like white on rice. Oh, what did that steel mesh? That'll help rearrange those facial expressions. Oh, a second one now. That steel cage will hurt you. It'll cut you. Now Superstar using those strength moves that I mentioned earlier. The bear hugs, the test of strength, anything to weaken their opponent. Look at the size and the ability and agility of Superstar Billy Graham. We mentioned earlier, he's more colorful than a box of crayons, let me tell you. He's unbelievable. Going for that door again now, it's Superstar Billy Graham. I hope you're enjoying these great film footage. It's not video, it's not digital, it's only the Matt Classics brought to you by yours truly, Rocky Raymond. These are the great days of professional wrestling. These are the days when professional wrestling was just what it said on the marquee. It was not an entertainment center. It was not the Mall of Fame. It was the Hall of Fame with all these guys. Superstar Billy Graham finding himself on the receiving end of this steel cage, and Backlund rams him to the other side now. And Superstar Billy Graham starting to find out what youth is all about. A third time now. Superstar reeling around in this ring now. I don't know if he's not bleeding by now. He's gonna be bleeding. And it looks like, yes, there's blood all over the place now. Superstar Billy Graham busted wide open from those steel cage smashes. And Bob Backlund not holding him off. He's coming right at you. Another right hand to the forehead. Superstar Billy Graham looking to be a little amazed that Bob Backlund, this AAU amateur wrestler, could have so much power and stamina to stand up against those 22-inch pythons as he's going back and forth on Bob. He's hitting those ropes now. Oh, nobody home. Nobody home. It looks like Superstar. Superstar might have jammed his foot in the side of the cage in the ring now, and Bob Backlund's heading for the door. Can't reach Backlund now. His leg jammed between the cage and the ring. Backlund's on the floor. Looks like Backlund's going to take this one. Unbelievable. Superstar Billy Graham losing this one to the cage. Jammed his foot in between the cage and the ring. As you can see outside the ring, Phil Zacco. We got Cook. Hey, yo, this is the Boston bad boy, Rocky Raymond. Cameraman, zoom in on this beautiful face right here.
right here at Revere TV. I want to thank you all for watching the best of Empire Pro Wrestling, as well as the Legends, our new show, with our beautiful, beautiful new set and our beautiful, beautiful cameras and all the beautiful things here at Revere TV. You people, pay attention to me. I want you watching it and watching it each and every Wednesday night. From 8 to 9, that's right, you watch the Legends. And then from 9 to 10, you watch the best of Empire Pro Wrestling. You better be watching it.
And here's another big one coming at you. One of my great favorite matches right here at the Boston Garden, October 2nd, 1978. Bob Backlund versus the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, for the WWF title. And our referee for this one, Mario Savoldi. And this match is going to be unbelievable, as the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, as you might remember, the man that defeated Bruno Sammartino in 1971 in Madison Square Garden with that deadly knee drop off the top rope. And Bob Backlund now getting the crowd all riled up. And there's the bell for our wrestle action on Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. I'm the voice of the Mad Classics, Rocky Raymond. Collar and elbow now as Ivan Koloff and the Russian Bear start to tangle, trying to feel each other out. And Bob Backlund, with that amateur background, goes behind. And Backlund got a scoop slam on the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. This match is going to be unbelievable action. This is one of the great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. Test of strength now, each other. These are the great days of professional wrestling. As you see, Ivan Koloff and Bob Backlund in a test of strength now, as Backlund tries to get the upper hand as the Russian Bear puts a boot to the midsection of the AAU Amateur Wrestling Style Champion from Princeton, Minnesota. Now the WWF Champion. And they're in a test of strength now as Backlund rolls back now, comes up with a top wrist lock on the Russian Bear. Ivan Koloff, one of the strongest men at this particular time in professional wrestling. And Bob Backlund with an amateur style fireman's carry takedown into an arm bar. Ivan Koloff right up to his feet. And he got Bob Backlund, shoots him into the ropes now. One shoulder tackle. Koloff sent railing. And Bob Backlund into a hip toss. No reversal. Koloff sent on the mat. Arm dragged by Bob Backlund. Back up into that top wrist lock. Bob Backlund, one of the greatest amateur style wrestlers, wrestling, because it was known as a profession at this particular time. It was non-entertainment, no long dragged-out microphone deals, just all hardcore wrestling. Big boot to the midsection, sending Backlund on his back. Backlund kicks out as Koloff sent railing back into that arm drag, and Bob Backlund working on that arm now. As you can see in the middle of the ring now, it's Koloff shooting him back into those ropes. Koloff down with a shoulder tackle by Backlund, and is going in for a victory roll, no big knee. And we're going to that clip now as you see fast and furious action. Koloff taking the upper hand now on Bob Backlund, working on the small of the back, dropping those heavy knees down into the back of Bob Backlund. And he's trying to weaken this young champion here in Boston. And Koloff, known for that Russian leg drop off the top rope, sending Backlund to that top turnbuckle railing now of this Russian Bear. Unbelievable strength. Hip toss by Backlund, escaping that bear hug barely. And he's back in. Oh yeah, the Russian Bear, he's the man that beat Bruno Sammartino. And he is the #1 contender here tonight for Bob Backlund's coveted championship. As he reverses it now, Bob Backlund got the bear hug on the Russian Bear. And our referee trying to signal no. Koloff comes up with a blatant irate. And Ivan Koloff now scoops up Backlund for a backbreaker across the knee. And the American Pie, Bob Backlund, finding out what this Russian Bear is all about as he hammers down into the small of the back now. Heavy blows to the side of the head, and Backlund into the midsection for a headbutt on Ivan Koloff, winding up that arm as Bob Backlund working on that arm tonight. Winding it up now as Koloff sent railing. And a big leg drop by Bob Backlund. These are the great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. The best of Bob Backlund here tonight. And you're going to see some of the great feuds that Bob Backlund had here in Boston when professional wrestling was professional wrestling. He's stretching that arm of Ivan Koloff. He's trying to pull it out of the socket as he's rolling him off the ropes now. Big hip toss by Bob Backlund into a short arm scissor. Ivan Koloff trapped into this hold. And Bob Backlund working on it again as they're rolling around the ring, keeping the pressure on the elbow. Bob Backlund working the arm of Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear now. Drop toe hold sends Backlund into the turnbuckle. Big boot to the midsection of Bob Backlund. Ivan Koloff lateral press. Just a 2 count now as Backlund sneaks out the back door. Big scoop slam by Ivan Koloff. And there's that leg drop. There's that knee drop. Just a 2 count. And another boot to the side of the head and another knee drop across the midsection. Koloff in for the lateral press. He's going up now for the scoop slam. Here's Koloff. He's going up to that top rope. If he catches this one, it's all over. Nobody home. Off the top rope, but nobody home. They're going back and forth. Bob Backlund connects with a big flying drop kick. Shoots Koloff off the ropes. Abdominal stretch by Bob Backlund. And Koloff gets out with a hip toss. Off the ropes again. Koloff drops down. Backlund outside the ring. And our referee Mario Savoli begins the 10 count. They're outside the ring fight now as Koloff brings him in the hard way with a suplex. Lateral press now by Ivan Koloff. The Russian Bear off that top rope. Just clips him on the side of the head. They're outside the ring fighting now as Bob Backlund. Oh, a big boot to the side of the head now. Koloff, the Russian Bear. Looks like Bob Backlund may be lacerated. And Koloff, like a wild animal, scenting victory. Backlund coming back with those fiery fists that he sends Ivan Koloff across the ring now. Big drop kick by Bob Backlund. He's starting to turn it on now. And he's coming back like a house of fire. And our referee called for the bell. Looks like Bob Backlund's been lacerated. And Koloff's going to get the victory due to the blood. The bleeding on the forehead of Bob Backlund. And Backlund backdrops Koloff. And Koloff wins the match here. Oh no, here's the big return match. Boston Garden, November 4th, 1978. The Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, Bob Backlund versus the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, for the WWF title. A return match from last month as Koloff took the victory due to the blood and the bleeding on the forehead. And it's collar and elbow now as Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, with Bob Backlund now as they're filling each other up. These two guys really going at each other now in that wrestling action here from the Great Match Classics, as you see Koloff trying to reach for the tights and Backlund hip tosses him. Ivan Koloff and Bob Backlund, one of the great feuds here in Boston. The great days of professional wrestling in Boston, guys. Santa Maria. And they shoot him off the ropes now. One shoulder tackle, Koloff set railing. And Backlund crisscrosses now, goes for hip toss. Koloff, a reversal by Backlund. Kick out by the Russian Bear. And a kick out by Bob Backlund. What great action here. As they tie up again now, Backlund with a side headlock on Ivan Koloff. Takes him down the mat. Koloff in for that head scissors. These two great professional wrestlers. Headstand now, and Backlund shoots into that side headlock on Ivan Koloff. Eddie Santa Maria, one of the veteran referees here in Boston. Dropped down by Koloff. Backlund. And they go into a shoulder press here now. They both try to get the upper hand, fighting tooth and nail. And Backlund comes up with the side headlock. Koloff with that side head scissors again now, locking it down. Big drop kick by Backlund. Arm drag as Koloff running for him. And a second arm drag now. And Koloff goes for the high ground. The mad Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Head scissor by Bob Backlund, sending Koloff rolling on the side of the ring. And a second head scissor now as the big Russian Bear gets flipped around. Going for a third one, but the Russian Bear catches him. Down with that big backbreaker across the knee. Lateral press by Koloff. Just a 2 count. Bob Backlund, known for his amateur style wrestling now. Ivan Koloff putting a big knee to the side of the head of Bob Backlund. Shoots him into those ropes now. Big boot to the midsection as the Russian Bear sends Backlund reeling. Armbar now by the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Shoulder tackle now by the Russian Bear. Backlund for a big scoop slam on the Bear. The Russian Bear's high in the air. Big Bob Backlund showing the power. And a big slam now. Into that collar buckle. Shoulder tackle now, but nobody home. Backlund hits that top turnbuckle like a brick wall. And Koloff shoots him outside the ring with that boot to the side of the head. Backlund outside the ring now. And our referee Eddie Santa Maria is starting to begin the count. And Koloff, to no avail, comes in again, ramming his shoulder into that steel ring post. And that Russian Bear, unbelievable. Unbelievable. He will not give up. Backlund outside the ring, Koloff in the ring. And Backlund trying for that big sunset flip on the Russian Bear now. 2 count by Eli Santa Maria as Koloff just makes it out the back door. Off the ropes again, the Russian Bear now. Scooping him up, no, over the back. It's Bob Backlund pushing him in for that victory roll. Just a 2 count as Bob Backlund tries to pin the Russian Bear off the ropes again. Backlund, one shoulder tackle as they both collide. Double knockdown. Bob Backlund up now. Big boot to the side of the head of the Russian Bear. Now Backlund now at that big elbow. Ivan Koloff looks to be a little winded, and he's sent outside the ring. Big leg pickup now by Bob Backlund. You can see that amateur style of wrestling going for an arm drag. Got Koloff all over the place with a second arm drag. Going for a big boot now. It's Koloff. And he shoots Backlund into those ropes now, coming up with a hip toss of his own. And he comes up with that arm and a short arm scissor on Bob Backlund. And it's Ivan Koloff with the upper hand now. Backlund and Koloff rolling around the ring for this Worldwide Wrestling Championship match right here in Boston. Look at the strength of Backlund. He's got Koloff up on his shoulder, trying to set him up on that top rope. Bob Backlund, unbelievable power. There's going to be a 50, 60 pound difference here. As Ivan Koloff takes a big back body drop. Drop kick by Bob Backlund. And Ivan Koloff starting to find out why Bob Backlund is the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion. Big leg drop into a lateral press, just a 2 count. And they're going back and forth. It's Koloff, Backlund hammering at each other. He's going for that big knee lift, that Mr. Wrestling knee lift. And Bob Backlund rings the ears of Ivan Koloff, shoots him off the ropes now, drops the head. There's a cardinal mistake as Koloff comes up with that big leg. And a lateral press, just a 2 count now. Koloff sending Backlund outside the ring. This could be very dangerous. Back in the ring now, it's Koloff with the big backbreaker on Bob Backlund. Another boot to the midsection now as Bob Backlund starting to get ragdolled by the Russian Bear. They're going back and forth now. Backlund reaches for the bid, shoots him into the ropes now. Abdominal stretch on the Russian Bear. Bob Backlund, the referee Eddie Santa Maria, waiting to signal for the bell. He's got Koloff stretched up like a pretzel. Outside the ring, Koloff banging his head on the side of that table as Backlund rams his head into those barriers around the ring. Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear. Big right hand. And a second one, it looks like Koloff lacerated. Drop kick on the ring apron, sending Koloff to the floor. And they're in the ring now, and Bob Backlund turning around. Another drop kick, and Koloff has been busted wide open. A lot of blood now. It looks like Backlund, a double count out. Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear. He requested this one, a Texas death match with Bob Backlund, the WWF champion. This is going to be the final match of this feud in Boston. These are the great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. And here's our bell. And our referee for this one, I believe, is the legendary Tony Altamori. And it's Koloff and Backlund now. Back to the corner. And they're going to break it up. Is it going to be clean? I doubt it. As Koloff comes in with a couple of heavy blows, going in with a blatant chokehold, as this is a Texas death match. And Koloff taking the upper hand early in this match, sending Backlund railing into that corner. Snapman now going behind with a devastating reverse headlock, scoops him up for that backbreaker. The Russian Bear, unbelievable size, unbelievable strength, shoots him in. Big boot to the midsection now as Bob Backlund sent reeling. Inside cradle by Backlund. And a suplex by Koloff. Into a lateral press now. Tony Altamori, just a 2 count as Backlund sneaks out the back door. Koloff shooting him into those ropes. Going for a backdrop. Koloff catches a sunset flip. Backlund. Just a 2 count as he sneaks out the back door. Koloff with a devastating boot now. And they're going back and forth. Bob Backlund taking no back seat to this Russian Bear. They're going back and forth with some heavy blows. Koloff a little rubbery. And a big flying drop kick now. Send Koloff railing. And you see Backlund now controlling the match now, going in for that double chicken wing suplex, better known as the butterfly in Japan. That's that butterfly suplex now. And a cover by Bob Backlund. These are the great match classics from the Boston Garden. Big elevation on that one. Big back body drop. Followed by a leg drop now on Ivan Koloff. You're going to be seeing superstar Billy Graham in the future. The big feud with Bob Backlund, as well as this feud that's going to come to an end right here, right now, tonight. Pile driver on Ivan Koloff. Bob Backlund, known as the Princeton, Minnesota All-American Boy. Lateral press now as he just gets his hand on Koloff, as Koloff backdrops. Backlund not going for a second pile driver. Backlund with a big headbutt to the midsection. Hope you enjoyed the great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. The best of Bob Backlund. Double shoulder tackle, as you saw in the opening match. Ken Patera, Mr. Fuji, and now this great feud with Ivan Koloff. Following up with the next one with the great feud with superstar Billy Graham. Oh yeah, we got it all right here. The great Mad Classics from the Boston Garden. Koloff shooting back on outside the ring, and this is where it's going to get nasty. It's going to get nasty outside the ring now as Koloff, oh, he rams him into that steel ring post. Bob Backlund, Ivan Koloff, looks like that one could have busted him wide open. Oh, it looks to be a bloody mess. Ivan Koloff, the Russian bear. Backlund seeing an opening here. He smells blood. He's like a lion. Big drop kick on Koloff. And Koloff looks to be a bloody mess now as Backlund snap-mares him now. Oh, a big elbow across the forehead, and Ivan Koloff looks to be devastated at this particular time. He's a little dizzy. Koloff coming back into the ring now, a bloody mess. Off the top rope, looks like a little crowd problem going on. Koloff jumped off that top rope. He may have injured his leg. The referee, Tony Altamori. Koloff cannot continue. And the winner of this Texas Death Style match, Bob Backlund, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, with his manager, the Golden Boy, Alo Skolin. The winner of the fall and the match here in Boston, Bob Backlund. My classics, Rocky Raymond. Here's a big one. October 13th, 1979. Bob Backlund versus Pat Patterson. At that particular time, Pat Patterson was the North American champion. Bringing it in now, as well as Bob Backlund. And there's the bell as Patterson starts to tie up with this grappler. And I do mean a grappler because Bob Backlund is a mat wrestler. And he's got him in that collar and elbow now, back to the ropes now. It's Pat Patterson trying to make an advantage. Oh, he swings a big right hand now. Backlund returns one of his own now. Patterson very deadly with that big boot to the midsection. And he's working on Backlund with those right hands. 2 or 3 now. Pat Patterson with those rifling right hands to the head. Followed up by another right to the jaw now. And Bob Backlund finds himself outside the ring. Patterson following. Oh, he rammed his head on that timekeeper's table. And you can see them outside the ring with this action now. It's Patterson, a dirty wrestler at this particular time here in Boston, coming to the Northeast from his great career out in L.A., California, as well as the Roy Shaw area. Tag team champions with the Blonde Bomber, Ray Stevens. Scooping up Backlund now for that scoop slam. Pat Patterson working on the lower lumbar. All that knee to the back of Bob Backlund. And Pat Patterson working on that back, driving those knees into the small of the back, now going in for a reverse headlock. And jumping down on the small of the back of Bob Backlund, working on that lower lumbar, trying to weaken the back. And Backlund comes back with a right hand of his own. They're going back and forth. And Backlund rams his head down on the canvas, and Patterson flips over. Oh, this is going to be a great match. Pat Patterson, the Intercontinental Champion, as well as Bob Backlund, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Irish whip into the corner now. And Patterson gets hung up on those ropes. Bob Backlund, the amateur-style wrestler from Princeton, Minnesota, coming to the Worldwide Wrestling Federation with some great background. And he's putting the boots now to Pat Patterson, hung up in those ropes. And Backlund pulls him out now, working on that leg, going behind for a big leg drop, it looks like. It's Bob Backlund in control of this match here at the Boston Garden. And they got Patterson railing now. Another leg drop down across Pat Patterson. And Backlund pulls him back to the center of the ring now, working on that leg, trying to weaken Patterson. You take out the legs, you got no stability, nothing to stand on. And Backlund now, that amateur style wrestling, working on the leg of Pat Patterson, pulls him to that corner post. Oh, looks like Patterson pushed him off there. And the second one now, Patterson getting his leg rammed up against that steel corner post. And Backlund comes back with a big elbow to the forehead now. Patterson looks to be in trouble here now as Bob Backlund working on that leg. This match is for the Worldwide Wrestling Federation at this particular time, 1979, October 13th. A great mat classic from the Boston Garden, and Patterson and Backlund going back and forth. And it looks like a little off the rope action coming out, double collision. Patterson sent railing, flipping over now. And Bob Backlund in control with a snap mid, hitting those ropes. Trying for a big splash, but Patterson puts his legs up. And both men now, he's trying for lateral presses, Pat Patterson, as well as falling back on Patterson. Now it's Backlund on top. Just a 2 count as this referee right in there for the cover. And they're going back and forth with a couple of right hand blows to the side of the head of Backlund, Pat Patterson. And Bob Backlund coming back now. He's getting a little hot on the collar. Couple of rights and lefts of his own. Got him up for the atomic knee drop, but he hits the referee. Patterson catches the boot as the referee. The referee caught the boot. Looks like Patterson got a foreign object. Brass knuckles. Oh, he hit Backlund. And here comes the golden boy up the steps with the belt on the back of Patterson's head. And our referee is just starting to come around. And it looks like there's the bell. I think that the referee's going to disqualify Pat Patterson. And the winner by disqualification, Bob Backlund. Oh yeah, Bob Backlund took this one. Okay, this is the big one that nobody got. No one's got this on film. No video, no DVD, no nothing. But Rocky Raymond, the great mat classics, this particular night, the Worcester Memorial Auditorium. And there's our bell for our action as you see the incredible one. Pushing Hogan back like nobody's business. Bob Backlund, the AAU champion from Princeton, Minnesota, as we mentioned on numerous occasions. Nobody's got this match on film. No cameras were there. Nothing was there. But Rocky Raymond was there with his 8mm. Bear with the lighting. It might be a little dark, but it's an unbelievable match between the incredible Hulk Hogan and Bob Backlund with the great referee, the late, great Tony Altamori. Two great wrestlers going into the test of strength. As you see, Hogan clearly the stronger of the two. As Backlund comes up with that topper's lock, Hogan goes for the leg scissors. Now Backlund behind him. Now Hogan behind him into a seated press. Unbelievable. As you can see, the amateur style of professional wrestling right here from the Worcester Memorial Auditorium. A leg sweep by Bob Backlund. A single leg pickup. Unbelievable as Hogan goes in for that leg. Bob Backlund now getting set for a big monkey flip on the big man, Hulk Hogan. The big man, the big blonde bomber. Oh yeah, one of the greatest matches of all time. Top wrist lock now into a hammerlock. Reversal by Bob Backlund. Unbelievable action here on the Great Mat Classics. No, it's not the Boston Garden. It's the Worcester Memorial Auditorium. Hogan swings a big flying forearm. Backlund ducking, coming up with the side headlock, wrenching the head of this blonde bomber from Venice Beach, California. Better known then as the incredible Hulk Hogan. Oh, a brick wall now as Hogan meets the brick wall of Bob Backlund. Over the top goes Backlund. Into the victory roll, it's Bob Backlund. Just a 2 count now. This action is fast and furious. Hogan ramming him from pillar to post. Unbelievable scoop slam with the hammerlock. Hulk Hogan beating down on Bob Backlund. Once and one time only, Hulk Hogan against Bob Backlund. If this is not a classic, nothing is. You saw him with Koloff, you saw him with superstar Billy Graham, and you saw him right here with Hulk Hogan. As he couldn't hold up Hulk Hogan, he fell back for the lateral press. Side suplex now, belly to back. Hogan now starting to feel the raft of Bob Backlund. I hope you got the 5-disc set the best of Bruno Sammartino, the best of Bob Backlund, the best of the Valiant Brothers, the best of superstar Billy Graham, and also the best of Bruno Sammartino Volume 2 in the 5-disc set right here. And he got him in that hammerlock bear hug. Hulk Hogan, the incredible Hulk Hogan, better known back in the day right here as his manager, Classy Freddie Blassie, with the long, long blonde hair. Venice Beach, California, the strength of 9 pit bulls. Unbelievable as Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan. No one got this footage. No one, no cameras were there. But the 8mm Bell and Howell camera was there. The EPW cam, if you will. And I'm the voice of Empire Pro Wrestling, as well as the best of the Mad Classics from the Boston Garden, as well as Providence, as well as Madison Square Garden. And right here, the Worcester Memorial Auditorium, Rocky Raymond. And you see Hulk Hogan with the short arm scissor, and Bob Backlund with the superior strength as he lifts up this 310-pound blonde from Venice Beach, California. Trying to get on that top rope, Hogan finds his way outside the ring in this Donnybrook. Unbelievable action here on the Great Mad Classics from the Memorial Auditorium, the Worcester Memorial Auditorium. We go worldwide. We go to New York. We go to Providence. We go everywhere. We go coast to coast and border to border. Hogan got him up now for the airplane spin on Bob Backlund. He's got him around and around. Looks like the both are getting a little dizzy. Hogan with the upper hand. A little dizzy now. As these two men are going at it tooth and nail right here for the WWF Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship at this particular time. Hogan falling back now, lateral press by Bob Backlund. Just the 2 count, is getting closer and closer. Suplex by Hogan. Backlund blocks the second suplex now. It looks like Hogan may be going for the ride. Oh, we got the big 310-pound monster up. Just the 2 count now. Hogan kicks out again. Now Backlund got Hogan in the airplane spin. Look at this agility and ability of this man. The AAU Princeton, Minnesota champion. And they're outside the ring now. Looks like they're going to be double counted out. Maybe Hogan. I think Hogan may have got back in the ring. Hogan might have taken the victory. Yes, the incredible Hulk Hogan. And it looks like Bob Backlund can't believe it. He can't believe he was counted out. Hogan wants the belt. You can't win the belt on a count out. Backlund hammering down on Hogan. Oh, a right hand to the side. And another right hand now. Hogan now. Backlund trying to get him up with an atomic knee drop. The match is ended here. Hogan took the victory with a count out, but he does not win the belt. And they're outside the ring now.
Oh, we're back here, Legends of Professional Wrestling, right here on your source of community cable, right here at Revere TV. We got it all short and tall. If you want the best, forget the rest. Tune in on this station. That's right, Channel 8. Don't watch that HBO. They run the stuff over and over and over again. We got new stuff each and every week. We keep it complete right here. We hope you liked all the great matches from the Boston Garden, the Pat Patterson match, the Ivan Koloff feud, that big Russian bear Ivan Koloff, and then of course that big feud with superstar Billy Graham wrestling Bob Backlund in some of the greatest matches of all time. You're going to see it right here each and every week on Legends of Professional Wrestling. And don't forget to watch our sister show, The Best of Empire Pro Wrestling. We have all the great matches from New England, all around the world, all the local fairs here in New England, whether it be Marshfield Fair, may it be Boston to Bangor, because we go as far as Bangor and back. That's right, we go all over. We're like Coca-Cola. That's right. We keep it right. We keep it tight. So we want to thank you for watching all the great wrestling that you've seen here tonight. And tune in each and every week with who? The Boston Bad Boy, Rocky Raymond. You can catch us at, you want to email us something, you want to put the email up, and you can see the email. The email is www.empireprowrestling@aol.com. If you got a little thing to tell us, if you got a match you might have saw at the Boston Garden that we can show here, we'll be glad to show it. That's right. So see you next time on Legends of Professional Wrestling.